You ready for your next comic? This dude is working on an anime called Future Hall of Famers, you guys. Fucking hilarious dude. I love him. He's my brother. Put your hands together for Cristian Duran!
Hi. Nice to see you guys. Nice to meet you. I had an epiphany today because I was on hold, and the hold music was the twist. Right? Come on, baby, let's do it. You got it. That song came out in 1960, but in 1960, that song was about fucking. And now it's hold music. Isn't that weird? That means that when I'm 80, I'm gonna be on hold just listening like, wait till you see my dick. Wait till you see my dick. Hey, bitch, wait till you see my dick. I'm gonna beat that pussy up. Verizon Wireless, this is Sherry. How can I help you? My name's Christian. I just want to cancel my service. All right, one moment. Beat the pussy up. Beat the pussy up. You know what that also means? That also means that when I'm 80, the music in the clubs is going to be so much grosser. It's just going to be like, take a shit on the dance floor. Take a shit on the dance floor. But that is what happens, you know? You give it enough time, black people create stuff. Give it enough time, it becomes mainstream. We're on Broadway right now. There's a Tupac musical on Broadway. Or there was. Look, I haven't seen it, but I saw the Spider-Man musical. And when they do these musicals, look, like it's way more Broadway than it is Spider-Man. Like I'm not gonna say they gay it up, but they Broadway it up. So if there's a Tupac musical, I haven't seen it, again, but I have to imagine the whole thing's just kind of like, Brenda's baby, Brenda's got a baby, she's a crazy lady. You know? Shit like that. It's a lot of, hey there, Mr. B.I.G., don't you go talking about me. And the role of Suge Knight will be played by Queen Latifah in tonight's performance. Or Courtney Vance. I don't care, whoever you want. That's interesting. You know, like, black people create shit, and after a while, you're just a white guy using twerk. You didn't even know it. Like, I was watching the news, and Anderson Cooper used the term haters on CNN. He wasn't joking. He was like, Kim Kardashian is facing a lot of haters, and I was like, wow. It's pretty cool. It's pretty progressive. It made me optimistic about the future. You'll just be watching the news one day, and you'll hear, in Missouri, a school bus crash left 4 shorties in the hospital today. For CNN, this is Anderson Cooper. Holler at your boy. That's what happens. Kardashian thing is always in the news. It's always a thing. I don't have an opinion about, like, especially Kim, but I hate when people do. Like, people have such harsh opinions. Like, everybody always says this about Kim Kardashian. She's only famous because she made a sex tape. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Like, why do you have... It's not that easy. You know what I mean? Like, you don't just make a sex tape and you become a megastar. Like, Screech from Saved by the Bell made a sex tape. And he's less famous. Like, nobody's giving his mom a talk show. That's what I'm saying, right? Which is how awesome that sex tape is. Her whole family is famous from it. That's impressive. Think about that. There are thousands of porn stars making sex tapes every day. No one's ever watched one and been like, I wonder what her brother's up to. I've never watched a porn and be like, this girl sucks a mean dick. I'd like to watch her stepfather turn to a woman slowly if I could. I'd like to see that. I think I'd like to see that if I could. You guys are very cool. Yeah, I'm trying not to have negative opinions. I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to smile more. Someone was like, Christian, you have a nice smile. You should smile more because people will think you're nice if you smile. I don't know if I'm nice. I think I'm very polite. I think those are two different things. I think nice people have positive thoughts all the time. I think polite people just have negative thoughts. They just never say out loud. I am that dude. I'll explain what I mean. Last summer, I did this charity walk. It was for diabetes, and it was awesome. It was so much fun. I had a great time doing it. It was for a great cause. But the whole time, I couldn't help but think, you know, if the people with diabetes walked every once in a while, I wouldn't have to. But I'm polite enough not to say that. People don't like that. You ever say something's kind of mean, but it's also honest, and then somebody has to correct you? Like, you're like, yeah, you know, Carl got fat. And then somebody goes, that's not nice. That's not nice. They always say that's not nice. They never say that's not true. What they're really saying is like, look, I agree with what you're saying, but if you say it too loud, it's going to get real fucking weird in here. So just text me the rest of that shit, and we'll enjoy it later. That is what they mean. Not that you should be mean, but you should be allowed to be honest, because that's what's being sacrificed, honesty. Because nowadays, you have to compliment people when you criticize them. You hear it all the time. He's a nice guy, but he's a fucking idiot. And it always seems like the more nice things you say about the person, the worse the person is. Like, he's a great dude. He was the best man at my wedding. I would take a bullet for that guy, but I'm pretty sure he's a pedophile. Like, he's easily the worst person. I mean, he fucks kids, but he's a great speller. Like, what do you want to say? All right. Let's tone it down here. I appreciate anybody sitting in the front, because most people do not like to sit in the front. I appreciate that, because everybody's afraid of being, like, embarrassed all the time. And I'm like, just, that's fine. It makes you a better person. You know? No, it's not coming. Trust me. Everybody's so worried. They're like, oh, I don't want to sit in the front. They're going to humiliate me. I'm like, you're not that interesting. Just relax. No. But you should be embarrassed every now and then, because it's good for you. It gives you better stories. You know what I mean? It makes you, like, you don't want to hear a successful dude's story. Like, it sucks. I know a dude who wins all of his stories. He just comes off awesome in all of them. He's like, yeah, I got lost in the woods. I'm like, really? What happened? He's like, 2 chicks blew me and I got out. Like, what? That's a bad story. That's not a good story at all. All right? So, like, what story would you rather hear? Hi, I'm Bill Gates. I made $600 billion off Microsoft. Or, my boss got me jerking off in the Walmart bathroom. Like, there's way more questions with that. Like, when did you start working at Walmart? I don't. It was just a coincidence. He was just there. Now it's just weird. He's trying to fire me, but I mean, he can't. By the way, if you ever need to lie, just make the lie embarrassing. Everybody will always believe you. Like, if you show up to work an hour late, just be like, hey, where were you? You're an hour late. Just be like, I shit my pants on the way here. Your boss will be like, all right, carry on. I'm like, it's always going to work. Big weekend for gay friends and family. I'm very happy for everyone that's gay that can get married and stuff. All right. I didn't realize how many types of gay there are. I was on the subway. I saw an anti-bullying sign for gay teens. Great cause. Everybody should be for. Here's what the sign said. It said, help teens that are LGBTQ. And I was like, that's lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, Q. Sonia, what would you assume Q stands for? Give it your best shot. It doesn't matter. There's no wrong answer. Most people think it stands for queer, which is always funny to me, because it's not like you can just throw an insult at the end because you feel like it. Like, you can't just do NAACP N. Like, that's not really gonna work. No, stop. Stop. It stands for questioning, which I didn't know, so don't feel bad. I had to find that out. I don't know if you need the Q, to be honest. It's kind of like bi-curious, which is kind of like bisexual, which is already B, but you know. If you're gay, take as many letters as you need. But I will say this. For a group of people that doesn't like to be labeled, coming up with a lot of labels. Have a good night, guys. You guys are cool. Thanks so much.
One more time for Cristian Duran! Okay, guys.